she left Matthew to kill himself.
No, I did not.
So both of you did that.
I have never done that.
Oh
not.
my God.
I have never left
Really?
him.
Okay, so it's good to meet y'all. Tell me what your objective is today.
Our objective today would be to get Matthew away from Kaden and offered professional help that can help him.
Okay, does he need help?
I believe he does need help.
Okay, you're the grandmother. Why did you raise him instead of you? You're the mother.
Yes, I am.
Why did you raise him instead of you?
She had some problems when she was younger.
And so you adopted the children?
Yes.
Okay. And did you stay in their lives?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Was this a constructive situation? Was it healthy in your opinion?
Yes, it was. We had an open adoption agreement with Rhea.
Right.
She could come and go, take the kids.
Was there any abuse?
No.
Was there any abuse in your home?
No.
So he was not abused in your home?
No.
He was not abused in your
No.
home? And you're confident of that?
I am confident of that.
And did he ever tell you?
No, he has never said a word to me about being abused until Kaden came into his life.
Okay. How did he meet this woman?
I have no idea how he met this woman.
And she's 24 years older?
That's what I'm being told.
Is she treating him or dating him? Because you can't do both.
That's my point exactly. She got angry with me the very first day I ever met her. And I asked about her credentials. What qualifications did she have?
She has no professional licenses and no professional training that I have been able to find.
Yeah.
Well, she's an ICU nurse, right?
I've looked at our state registry for licenses, and her name is not listed anywhere on there as current, active, suspended, expired. There's no evidence anywhere that I have looked that shows that she has ever held a nursing license.
Okay. And you say that she's fostered a dependency.
Yes, I think Matthew is now dependent on her.
And she's after you for money.
Oh, yes.
She's after you. She calls y'all wants support, money, Social Security checks, all sorts of things.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
What do you tell her?
I tell her no.
She's threatened to sue you.
Oh, yes, she has. When my husband passed away,
What would be the cause of action? What's she suing you for?
she said that she would hit me with fraud and
That you've defrauded her?
that I defrauded the government. When my husband passed away, the two children were issued survivor benefits until they reached the age of 18. That is to help support raising the child in the situation that you no longer have part of the breadwinners.
Right.
And that's exactly what I've done with it. State requires, Social Security requires it be reviewed every single year. I went through reviews every single year. Let her sue me because she can't.
So what does Matthew say about this? Do you talk to him?
No,
Why?
I haven't spoken to him for about a year and a half.
Oh, why not?
When she started threatening me over the telephone, I blocked her cell phone number. And that was the only way after she dumped Matthew's cell phone that he would be able to get a hold of me would be via her cell phone.
Do you miss him?
I miss him terribly.
Do you miss him?
Absolutely.
Well, okay. Let's add some players to this conversation. Kaden says Debbie and Rhea don't care that Matthew was abused, or they would be helping him financially. But Debbie and Rhea say Kaden doesn't care about Matthew, and she's just using him as a cash cow.
21, and Kaden is in her mid-40s. There's something wrong with a woman of her age who wants to be with somebody the same age as my son who has absolutely no life experience. I think that Kaden's interest in my son is very unprofessional, and she crossed the line by having a relationship with Matthew. I want Matthew to realize that Kaden is taking advantage of him and preying on his weakness.
Well, Rhea and Debbie wrote in about Matthew, who they believe is being brainwashed by his much older girlfriend/therapist. But Kaden says she's not taking advantage of Matthew. She's just trying to protect him from what she calls sociopathic mothering. Take a look.
I definitely hate Debbie and believe that she is possessed by Satan for sure. I don't believe Debbie has ever cared about Matthew. Debbie played a major role in Matthew's abuse. I believe that Debbie is a sociopathic mother. Debbie definitely ignored the signs of Matthew's abuse. It was clear to me right away a predator cannot a child unless the mother isn't paying attention. I don't think that Debbie or Rhea love Matthew.
Kaden is definitely helping me. She pretty much is the only person that I trust.
Matthew is safer and doing much better since he's been with me. I met Matthew when I placed an ad for some people to help me move. That's when I decided maybe he might be a good candidate for Mama Trauma. I started Mama Trauma Justice Project and Advocacy Services. I left my home state with Matthew in order to kind of go on a road trip that right now Matthew and I live in an RV.
We're living in various store parking lots, and I have to panhandle so that we have enough money every month for food. It's definitely tough keeping up with hygiene. Today is probably about 4 weeks since we've actually been able to take a shower. And you have our
To put it
refrigerator,
lightly.
which we don't really have on because that was last night's dinner. It's a Mexican casserole.
You should heat that up, Matt. I'm hungry, actually.
Rhea has definitely had plenty of opportunities to support Matthew.
I feel that Rhea has been a bad mother. I didn't really think of her as a mother figure. Kaden is the only one that has helped me move in a positive direction, so she's the only one that matters right now.
I have not brainwashed Matthew. Matthew is here on his own free will.
Matthew, you're seeing your mother and your grandmother for the first time in a long time. How does it feel to see them?
I'm a little nervous at the moment.
Are you glad to see them at all?
Yep,
Yeah.
I am.
I miss you, and I love you.
And there's always a home for you.
If there's a home for Matthew, why was he living in a dumpster when I met him?
He chose to leave my house, and I'm sure that he wasn't living in a dumpster.
Yes, he was.
You don't know anything about my position.
I know
or my
everything
family.
about your
And,
position, actually.
Yeah, and how do you get that from your book?
The House of Mirrors theory, and that's
Probably
why.
out of your home computer and on a printer, huh?
Are you aware that you cannot receive an authorship without having
You know
appropriate
what?
credentials?
I don't really care.
Okay, let me.
I don't care.
So, tell me what you just said. You can't receive an authorship without what?
Appropriate credentials. They don't just. You can't just send your work to the people that give you an authorship, and they just say, "Oh, okay, you're copyrighted now."
So, who did you send your work to?
The government.
What branch of the government did you send it to?
I guess I don't know. I just look like a fool.
Well, no, you said you can't receive an authorship
Right.
without proper credentials.
I talked to an attorney who gave me the information I needed to file all of my work under a copyright. And when I got the copyright, they told me that nobody else was allowed to use my work and that it was basically accepted, the theory that I wrote.
Give me the overview of the House of Mirrors.
The House of Mirrors is an autistic spectrum disorder that I wrote that identifies the symptoms and behaviors of children who are abused. And they tend to have a specific set of symptoms and behaviors, including very high functioning autistic-like behavior, which Matthew definitely exhibits.
So is this something that you decided that he exhibits, or is this something that an actual professional has decided
Any
that he
doctor
exhibits?
would agree with me about what I have.
Right. But I asked you if this is something that you decided, and did an actual professional who's
An
trained?
actual professional has diagnosed Matthew with the same things that I say he has.
Oh, okay.
I say he has PTSD. He has PTSD. I say he has anorexia. He has anorexia.
Oh, you've got to be kidding. That
Debbie,
child has never been anorexic in his whole
You
life.
are a big fat liar.
And I love you too.
You're lying.
Did you publish this book?
Not yet.
And you said you can't get an authorship without credentials. So, what are your credentials?
I have some college, and I don't know if you can include life after death experiences, but I had some savant abilities after that.
You have what?
Savant abilities after I came back from the dead.
You've died. You've died 7 times. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a break. Kaden says. Kaden says she died 7 times in this life, and after she awoke from her most recent death, she had psychic abilities and X-ray vision. In fact, she says these paranormal gifts that allow her to help Matthew and others like him. We'll get her to enlighten us about that after the break.
Okay, what? Yeah, so Kaden is definitely, in my opinion, a fake scammer, grifter type. So Andrew is 24, she's 41. So right there's like such an age difference that there's got to be a power difference as well. I don't know what his relationship is with his grandmother and his mother. He said on the tape that his mother was a bad mom and that he doesn't think of her as a mom. And I can understand him not thinking of her as a mom if he was raised by his grandmother. That would be his mom to him. But Kaden, I don't even know what she's talking about. She came right out the gate being combative and defensive and like smug. I don't know. She's kind of obnoxious. And yeah, I want to learn about this X-ray vision.
Died 15 years ago, and when I woke up, I had psychic abilities. God sent me back with a mission and some gifts. I can speak French, I can write the Bengali alphabet, I can understand any foreign language. I have an effect on metal, so like if I think things that God doesn't want me to think about, he'll like bend my metal. The craziest thing that I know how to do is I can hear what people think before they speak. At nighttime, I have x-ray visions. I can see where people's old broken bones, I can see basically the light of their skeleton. I also see spirits.
He's like in a pink aura right now, like Matthew's grandfather. He's hanging out.
Richard is Matthew's deceased grandfather. I usually feel a presence behind me, like right now. I can feel him here, and he's smoking, for instance, this pipe that he had. I feel Richard's presence now, and it's very strong. It feels like there's a person standing behind me. Richard is adamant that when Debbie dies, that he does not want Debbie buried next to him. Richard is supporting my relationship with Matthew. He's really like actually being quite annoying right now. He says that it's not fair that he had to die before he met me. I love Richard because even from the grave, he's been more of a dad to me than my own dad. It doesn't bother me when people doubt my abilities because I'm just the messenger for God. It's basically, well, you can believe me or not.
Do you believe that she has psychic abilities?
I was a little doubtful when I first met her. Obviously, as most people would be skeptical of that. And then I saw more of her work.
So she can tell what you're thinking.
She says it's not very easy for her to tell what I'm thinking.
But other people, it's easier.
Easier.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell me what I'm thinking right now?
It's not like one of those things that happens like under pressure. Like I can't really do it on demand necessarily.
Take your time.
Okay. Well, it's just like it's just like when the spirits show up. It's not like I get to just pick and say, okay, you want to talk to your dead grandma or whatever. I don't get to just pick. It's more
I
like
didn't
they
ask
show
you to
up.
mediate with the dead. I just asked you to tell me what I'm thinking.
I have no idea, honestly.
Well, but you claim to be able to read people's
Just
minds.
not under. I mean, I've got these two evil people staring at me. It's a little difficult. It really is very difficult to do under these circumstances.
I'm sure it is. It's really difficult to do when people are looking at you and they can see completely through everything that's fake.
You say you've died 7 times in this life. And you say you have savant abilities in English. What does that mean? Like really good at grammar or what?
Yeah, grammar, vocabulary. I thought we were here to talk about Matt's
Well,
sexual
no, I'm here
abuse.
trying to find out whether or not you are a legitimate influence in this young man's life. So I'm trying to find out if you know what you're talking about. Explain this to me. You said your therapy for sexual abuse works in just 6 weeks instead of years.
Right.
And you said, quote, there's usually a point where abuse becomes a choice / consensual, so you shouldn't dwell on your bad decisions.
As an adult, if you have a history of abuse as a child, it can kind of become a choice, I believe, as an adult. Because adults can be sexually abused as well. Matthew went through
So
that with
you
his
say
spouse.
that if someone is being victimized by a predator, there's a point at which it becomes consensual.
I don't believe that I said that, but if that's what you're saying.
You have this Mama Trauma Justice Project and advocacy service. You only have one patient, and it's him.
Yeah.
And you're also romantically involved with him.
Yeah.
What the hell, lady? You're sleeping with your patient? You say
He
this
was
is-
never, it's not like that. It's
Well, what
not
is it
that.
like? I'm just telling you
He
what you
became
said.
my boyfriend before we started working on his abuse together. If I don't have any credentials, then I guess he's really not my patient, right? He's just my friend, and I'm just helping him out.
Yeah, then why are you criticizing them because they're not donating to your Mama
It's not
Trauma
my project I expect them to donate to. It's not like that. I expect them to support Matthew in his recovery.
Well, we actually have this in a Facebook exchange, and here it is.
Yes.
Caden says, the reason you think I'm ridiculous is because you're not educated. I am a retired ICU nurse. I am a respected advocate author. Go yourself. I'm smarter than you. End of story. You are useless to society and the prime example of a true sociopathic mother. You have problems so serious that you can't understand normal thought. Do you know psychology? I have taken a very serious stand in the protection of your son, Matthew. I have well-documented proof of what this selfish, incompetent, cruel, neglectful family has done to harm Matthew and his abilities to live as a normal adult. If you want to contact Matthew at blank, you can when you are ready to answer my and his questions, but until then, I'm shutting you off. You are not worth anything but heartache to either of us, and I hope that you want to commit.
She left Matthew to kill himself.
No, I did not.
So
Both of you did that.
I have never done that.
Absolutely
Oh
not.
my God.
I have never left
Really?
him. I have never abandoned him. I
You
have
never left
started,
him?
I have
You're a
never
liar.
stopped
were you
trying
aware
to
that she
get
wrote
help
this
from
to?
him.
Were you aware that she wrote this to?
I believe I was aware of can't understand normal thought and a few of the other things, not the go kill yourself part.
Debbie, you starved Matthew? Matthew was never starved. Never.
That is a lie.
Wait a minute, you weren't there.
I know what he acts like and what he has told me now.
Kaden claims Matthew panhandles because he can't handle having a job. But didn't he have one before he met her? We'll discuss that after the break.
Okay, so I don't know what this woman is on. Now she's claiming that Matthew was starved as a child. She wasn't there. What would she know? I would like Matthew to be asked, hey, bro, were you starved as a child? But considering that she may have been implanting false memories in him, maybe he will now claim that he was starved as a child even when he wasn't. I don't know what the hell is going on here with her x-ray vision and the God is twisted her metal and all of this. But this woman is not normal, and I don't see how anything she's doing is a positive influence on Matthew's life. And I don't like her theory about abuse becoming consensual. I guess I can understand what she's trying to say, but the way that that's stated is very off to me. I don't know. I don't like her.
We were actually married on a plantation in Georgia during the Civil War. He was murdered by his own slaves. We have very vivid memories of that together. We compare stories. And the sole purpose for me being here on Earth is to please Matthew. Matthew and I are definitely soulmates.
Living in an RV in the desert with no running water, panhandling to survive, Kaden says that is the best she can do to help support Matthew and his lifetime of sexual abuse. She says that Matthew has only been diagnosed with PTSD. She says, I diagnosed Matthew with a new non-specified disorder called Homie in the House of Mirrors Executive Syndrome. It's a combination of symptoms that usually manifest itself in a suicide attempt. The disorder also grants you savant abilities of which you have no training in. You said you're an English savant. The disorder also grants you savant abilities of which you have no training in. Well, you don't end sentences and prepositions if you're an English savant. But Matthew, do you think that it's possible that somewhere along her journey through life that she may have been damaged, that she may have been through some difficult times in her life, and that this may have in some way distorted her perceptions somewhat?
Well, I believe that everybody's been damaged to a certain degree.
Sure.
Therefore, everybody's perceptions have to be distorted in some way.
But would you agree that some of her perceptions seem to be a little inconsistent with reality? Do you think she has X-ray vision? She says when you turn the lights off, she has X-ray vision and she can see where broken bones are by looking at somebody. Do you believe that?
I mean, really anything could be possible.
But sure, and I could be in the NBA, but I'm not. But do you really believe? I mean, come on. I'm not saying that she's an evil person. I'm just asking you, do you believe that the woman has X-ray vision?
I don't know if she has X-ray vision, but I do believe that she can pick up thoughts from people.
Do you have X-ray vision?
Yeah, and I can also see the footprints of people who have been there before. Like spirits. I mean, burn me at the stake. I mean, I'm telling the truth.
I have a lot of broken bones. Can you tell me where they are?
I'm not in a good space right now. I feel like I'm being totally attacked, and it's
No,
not.
you're being questioned because you're making some claims, and if you make those
and
claims,
I'm
then you need to
right
be
about my
prepared.
claims. I
Well,
am.
you need to be prepared to defend them.
Yeah.
You're representing yourself as a credentialed professional. You said, I am credentialed. I'm an ICU nurse that's retired. I'm an author. I submitted my credentials to the government. They've been accepted. And if you have, then you need to be prepared to defend those.
Oh my God. Matthew was sexually abused for a very long time when he was in school.
Well, by who?
I was sexually abused by a neighbor kid from down the street that visited frequently.
That's true. I really hate that, and you should really deal with that.
That's
You should
true.
get some.
Dr. Phil, he has.
You don't
it's
know.
True.
You don't know whether it's true or
Yes,
not.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Do you own 91 acres in Nevada?
Yes.
Well, you say you own 91 acres in Nevada that you're going to build homes
I'm
on.
making payments on it. I don't own it.
Well, there's no record of it.
But you live in a parking lot.
Right.
Well, you told us you owned it.
Well, the
If you got the
paperwork
land,
I
why don't you
have.
go live on the land?
It's kind of hard to live 30 miles out in the desert at the moment.
Rhea and Debbie say that Kaden is a scam artist that's brainwashed Matthew into living in squalor. Kaden says no, that is absolutely not right. It's actually Debbie and Rhea who are hell-bent on destroying Matthew's life. I've got some thoughts about all of this when we come back.
First met Matthew, he was having violent outbursts, attacking me physically, which actually wasn't a surprise. I kind of knew it was going to happen because Matthew appears to me to have had no maternal nurturing at all. Matthew has cracked one of my ribs, broke one of my fingers,
What?
he's given me a concussion. I taught him that if he felt like he really had to hit me, that he could spank my bottom or bite me. It doesn't really seem like he has that same aggressive nature. I've definitely helped Matthew with his violent tendencies.
What is the system?
Well, Matthew seemed to not be able to control when he became violent, so I told him if he felt like he had to hit me, he could hit my bottom because he can't really hurt me physically that way, although he can hit pretty hard.
He can hit your bottom and he
Yeah.
can bite you.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
I'm not going to deny because I do it.
I have two quick questions, and then I want to move on and change the subject and actually quit asking you questions. You'll be happy to know. Where did you get your nursing degree to work in the ICU?
I have a technical nursing certificate in ICU nursing
And
from
where did
Virginia
you-
Mason Hospital.
Where?
In Virginia Mason in Seattle.
And where did
I've
you
been
get the-
registered there for 6 years.
And where did you get the degree?
It's an understudy at Virginia Mason ICU. That's where I got it. It was a program that people were invited to do, and I was invited to work there under a doctor's license.
Were you a volunteer?
No,
So you were paid to do it? But you don't have a nursing degree?
not anymore. I gave it up when I was diagnosed with PTSD.
We don't give up degrees.
I said I had technical training in nursing.
And one last thing, you looked at some drawings from his kindergarten, and we have those drawings. And you said that when you looked at these, you could instantly tell that he had been sexually abused.
What?
Can you point out to me the indicators?
The colors mean something. The one that's upside down, it should be turned around.
Well, we'll
But
think about it the other way around.
the color, the use of brown, the use of blue, the black, it's all a result of penetration. Debbie's rolling her eyes. It's really offensive.
The use of blue and brown indicate penetration.
The scribbles, yeah, all of that stuff. I learned this from my own drawings when my trauma came to light.
How would it influence your interpretation if those were the colors they gave him when he was coloring? Next, we've heard what Rhea, Debbie, and especially Kaden think is best for Matthew. Well, I'm going to give my thoughts after the break. Well, I'm back with Matthew. I've asked Debbie, Rhea, and Kaden to step out for a few minutes. These three women.
Don't get long.
Look, I've just met you, and so I don't know you real well, but you seem like a very nice young man, and you really do. And Robin and I have been married for 40 years, and we've raised two boys, and so I always feel a connection to young guys that come through here, because I've got two sons that passed through your age, and I always approach these conversations as though if my son were off somewhere and he were going through a rough patch, I always sit down and say things and talk to the guys that come through here the way I would hope somebody would sit down and talk to one of my boys if he was off somewhere going through a rough patch. And so I'm going to talk to you the way I would hope somebody would talk to one of my boys if they were in a similar situation here. I think that the chance that this woman's going to be in your life 3-4 years from now is about zero. No comment about her. It's just that when you're young, people kind of come in and out of your life. These people will still be in your life 3 or 4 years from now. And I don't know what all has been in your history, because unlike Kaden, I don't have x-ray vision, and I can't look at a child's scribbling and discern life history from it, certainly that hasn't happened yet. I can't do that, and I can't look at you now and know the extent to which you may have been victimized in any number of ways. I can't do that. But I do know that right now, I think you're kind of struggling, and I think mentally and emotionally, you're a little bit confused about what has happened, what is happening, and what should happen. And she may have the best intentions in the world, but so far as a therapist or a life coach, she is blatantly incompetent. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have x-ray vision. Come on. You know anybody's got x-ray vision? Superman's got x-ray vision.
I was going to say.
When I was 10, I ordered those glasses out of a comic book. They just had those where you put them on in x-ray vision.
A little bit before my time.
Yeah, so I was going to see if they worked. They didn't. But I think she's confused, and I think she's. I think she needs to have some help, and I'm happy to try and help her. I'd love to give you the opportunity to kind of explore yourself and get a grip on what's reality and what's fantasy, and set some goals, and find out really where you are and see what you want to do, without her telling you what is or isn't, without her telling you what is or isn't, without her telling you what is or isn't, just you. And to do that, I would like to send you to a really intensive workshop that would give you an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm going to be really selfish, I'm going to put myself in the shop, and I'm going to try to unpack myself and see what all is real and what all is not, and set some goals, and come out of this with a life coach and a plan, and get my life on track without any of these three influencing it. And I'm talking about a place that I have great confidence in Nashville, Tennessee. It's called On-Site.
I'm glad I brought my boots.
Yeah. This is my gift to you. All you have to do is lean into it and say, you know what, I'm going to be selfish for a while, put myself at the top of the list. And I think it is a great reality check for you to see where you are. And I would like to make that offer to you if you would like to do that. Would you like to do that?
I think it would be foolish if I didn't take the opportunity to get it.
Okay, so in this episode we have Matthew, who is 24, and his girlfriend / psychiatrist, counselor / life coach, who is 41. Her name's Kaden, and she allegedly has x-ray vision and can read everyone's thoughts, but she couldn't read the thoughts of anyone on stage, and she couldn't see where Dr. Phil's broken bones are. She's like, this is not the ideal environment for that, So she's claiming that Kaden's mother and grandmother are evil. She claims that he was abused as a child. He says he was abused as a child. There seems to be a dispute about that. So it's possible that he was abused. And it's also possible that Kaden implanted that idea in him, judging by how she analyzed his childhood drawings. That was weird. Yeah, I gotta say, this woman seems like a scam artist, grifter type. Her attitude is unbearable. I was so annoyed with her. She was very obnoxious, very smug, very condescending towards his mother and grandmother, insulting them. He was quiet for most of the show. I wouldn't be shocked if he really is somewhere on the autism spectrum. I'm on the spectrum, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is. But if he's being scammed, then I feel like being on the spectrum would make him more vulnerable to that. So that might have to do with why he believes that she could potentially have x-ray vision, like a certain naivete or gullibility. But it's weird that she's his girlfriend, but also his therapist. That is a conflict of interest. I don't think she's licensed as a therapist. I was confused about going through her licensing. It seems like she has some nursing licensing, but she's not actually a psychiatrist or a psychologist. But what do you guys think about this? What do you think about Kaden? Do you think she's legit? Do you believe her theories about abuse and trauma and PTSD? Do you believe she has x-ray vision? Do you believe she can read people's minds? Do you think she's scamming him and using him and exploiting him? What do you think about Matthew? Do you think he's just gullible and naive? Do you think something really happened to him? What do you think about his mom and his grandma? I still don't really understand their relationship, but if you guys see something you want to point out, please let me know. Drop it in the comments.